You're here and I'm queer and welcome back to my channel. This video is part 2 of our double feature, which you can only unlock after watching part 1. I'm just kidding. But if you have missed it, please check out part 1 first, because if not, you're only getting half the story, or the doll customization process. For this video, we will make Rumi in her golden outfit. This was a very last-minute addition to the overall plan, which is why this whole thing took so long. I have the look that I wanted to make for Rumi, but I also know that people would want to see her in one of her actual outfits from the movie. I was like, you know what? It would be fun to have 2 looks for Rumi, so let's go for it. I love that the Huntrix, for the most part, has a consistent girl crush concept. And I thought the golden outfits looked very cool, as it reminded me of some of 21's concert looks. I think I just like how sleek and cool it is. I mean, it's a very different vibe, like a complete 180 from the Hanbok look. It actually ended up being a bit easier too. Initially, this doll was going to be a completely different doll, like a second doll. I mean, I guess technically it is because it is on a separate body, but I will be using the same face and hair from the first video. I don't really like changing outfits up anyway, so I love that this is on a completely separate body. If I get some free time, I may just give her a new face and hair, but for now, let's start working on her outfit. This outfit was also made by Unruly Hearts Creations, and I'm so thankful because they were able to create this very last minute. I sent them fabrics and they were able to whip it up, and I was like, oh my god, thank you so much. Now let's start customizing. For her crop top, it's pretty simple, honestly. We just want to add some gold trimming for her neckline. Of course, maybe like a zipper detail somehow, and by that I'm just going to paint that because it's not really going to look good if we put an actual zipper on there. And later in the end, we're going to add the star logo. I also noticed that her shorts actually has kind of this black detail, so we're painting that in as well. Now for her jacket, it is covered with a lot of gold trimmings, pretty much around the jacket, down the sleeves, the perimeter, everywhere. And again, as always, I am starting with a base of yellow first, and we're covering it later on with gold. Her shoulder area was kind of nerve-wracking because, I mean, we did have a lot of reference photos, but it was still kind of difficult to figure out. But it seemed to be maybe like a lotus flower on the corner of her shoulders, so that's just kind of what I had in mind, and it made it a little bit easier to kind of process what the design was. I do like, out of the entire black and white and gold outfit, her shoulders is pretty much the only ones that actually has color on it, so I thought that was kind of cool. After waiting for the paint to dry, we can add all of the jacket embellishments like the chains and the sparkles. I'm actually going to be adding this in the very end, but I was kind of mapping out how it was going to look. But for now, let's go ahead and add the embellishments, the chains. This particular trim is not super accurate to what Rumi had, but it is what I have in my disposal, and I feel like it's pretty close. And because we added a bunch of glitter for the first look, it's only correct to add the glitter to this look as well. And also, I think it adds to the sequined look overall for the gold trims. Now it's time to sew on all of these chains. And this one, I was trying to simplify the overlapping, and I was trying to kind of create this harmonious path for the chains to travel around. And I think I was able to kind of finesse it in a way. I think the sides of her skirt actually is embroidered, but for our version, I just flattened all of these jewelry findings and I just glued it onto her shorts. And this is what we have so far for her top, for her shorts, and also her jacket. I ended up falling in love with this jacket because it was actually kind of giving me 80s dynasty vibes, and you guys know, I love some good 80s looks. And we're pretty much done with her main costume. Now for the accessories. Her pauldrons again were sculpted by Halo Monster Kid. And I love the details and the textures so much. Halo Monster Kid has really been killing it with all of these 3D sculpts. Now let's go ahead and paint it. And I'm starting with a base of black for this one. I really feel like adding a black base for gold really pushes the metallic look for it. So we're just doing that. Initially, I made this norige for her, but I figured that it was actually her airplane look that had this, so We're showcasing it again. She does have a norige equivalent for this look, and it's made out of chains. I am taking this jewelry tassel that I've had so long ago, and I'm just mopping the tassels from it. And this is what we will be using for her norige. We're pretty much going to disassemble this long piece, and we're also going to be cutting the chains. And this norige actually has 5 like hanging chains on it. So we're just going to be gluing that onto this tiny bar. And after a few hours, the super glue should be all dried up and cured. And this is what we have. And it looks really, really cool. I'm very excited. It's very modern. So let's go ahead and attach it to this belt that I made. This one is just a trim that I added snaps onto so that it can attach to her shorts. And of course, we have the hanging chains as well that is kind of layered. The black threads that you see, I will actually be painting in gold later. So those are going to be a little bit more incognito. Now it's time to work on her shoes. I asked Hello Monster Kid to make the shoe part of her boots, and I also asked if she can add the Huntrix logo in the bottom. They turned out so good, and I love how detailed they are. Now let's go ahead and work on the calf part of her boots. In theory, we're pretty much trying to do another illusion. You know, we're like a magician here. But pretty much the calf part of the boot and also the actual shoe is going to be 2 separate pieces that we are going to try and visually blend in together. Because I wanted to really work with pleather fabric, I couldn't do the same thing that I did for the first look and the first shoe with gluing it on the actual shoe and having it blend to her calves. It's definitely going to be a different direction from that first shoe, so I'm hoping that visually it all comes together in the end. These boots also incorporates a gold trim, so let's go ahead and start doing that. And as you can see, there's a bunch of holes already implemented because I actually already laced this up, but then I forgot that it actually has the gold details, so I had to do it all over again. We've added our glitter, and I think that's pretty much it for this part. Now let's go ahead and lace her up. I don't know why, but I had a lot of difficulty lacing this up. Aside from making a mistake with the gold and forgetting it, I had to lace this up maybe like 5 times as well because I couldn't get the proper lacing and the alignment of the shoelaces. But it's alright because we got it in the end, and it looks very, very cool and oddly satisfying to look at. Now let's go ahead and paint her actual shoe, and of course we're going to start with a base of white. Of course, she has the golden soles and also the golden details here and there as well. We're really trying to push for the illusion here, so we gotta make sure that we are incorporating all of these details. I am really surprised that the bottom sole part actually shows the Huntrix logo, because those ones are very, very tiny and very thin, and I'm just really surprised that they actually print it out. And now, of course, we have to add the laces as well, and this one, obviously, we are fake lacing it, so this one was a little bit more annoying to do because I had to wait for the glue to dry, and I had to make sure that the lace looked tightly laced, so this one was a little bit more annoying, but we have to do it in order to push for the illusion. Oh my god, her boots turned out so freaking good. I am so obsessed with it. I love it, love it, love it so much. I love the lacing. I love the glitter. I love that it blends in together. I love that the calf part and the 3D sculpted part blends in. Not seamlessly, but it blends in. Now let's move on to her sword. For the most part in the movie, she is wielding a regular sword. Also sculpted by Studio 42, this sword is so detailed and hopefully light enough for her to carry. I'm pretty much painting this the same exact way that I did for the great sword from the first video. So pretty much we're doing a base of yellow for the handle, a base of lilac for the blade, and then we're just kind of tweaking the gradients here and there. This one has a little bit more color for the blade, I guess, or at least I tried to incorporate more color in there, and I think it looks really, really cool. For the most part, I really, really love the weaponry and the weapon display in K-pop Demon Hunters. I love that all of them have unique weapons. I feel like Ten from Naruto would fit right in because of her weapon mastery. Like, she could be wielding these weapons, summoning them from thin air, and so on. So, I mean, I'm really, really obsessed, and it's really, really cool to see, like, the mixture of traditional weapons with more modern weapons, or traditional weapons that they modernize. So, that one's really, really fun. For added drama, I'm giving her a chain tassel. I do think she has a tassel, but not this big and not a chain. This sword is so amazing. It's so cool. I'm very much obsessed. I love the colors. I love the gradients. I love the magic look. And I love the chain tassels. I feel like it just works well with her overall outfit. Now let's go ahead and dress her up. Again, if you've missed it, please go ahead and check out part 1 after this video. It will be linked at the end. It'll be linked over here. And it will also be linked down below to see Miss Rumi in her alternative look. And now we're done with Rumi from K-pop Demon Hunters Golden Edition.